Greetings, fellow Earthlings and viewers across the World Wide Web. This is Tune 215, and right now we're in the state of California. We're in the city of Los Angeles. We're going to be doing a driving tour of a neighborhood called Lil Tokyo. It's 65 degrees outside right now. Lil Tokyo is located in downtown Los Angeles. We're about 3 minutes away from our desired destination. We're passing Spring Street. We're traveling up 1st Street. We're approaching Main Street. We got the Los Angeles Police Department on my right-hand side. We're passing Main Street. We got the Fashion District to our right, the Toy District to our right, Lil Tokyo in front of us. So we're going to be passing Los Angeles. We got a Starbucks on our right-hand side. Passing San Pedro Street. We got an outdoor eatery on our right. Lil Tokyo is open. AIDS and abet bail bonds, Los Angeles immigration, and so much more. So we're going to start the tour here. If you're new to the channel, what I do is I try to use a vehicle as a tool to navigate you guys through different cities across America, basically providing a virtual tour for you, the viewer, from the luxury of your home. I'll point out the obvious. Sometimes it may not be so obvious. For example, we got this large group on our left outside eating. It's an eatery. We're at this pedestrian crossing. We're going to treat it as a stop sign. We're going to continue going because it has a blinking red light. We got a business called City here on my right. A lot of restaurants on this block. This block had tons and tons of restaurants. All right, we're approaching Central. We got Gazin Japanese cuisine on our right. Gazin or Gazin. G-A-Z-E-N. On our left-hand side, it looks like we have the Japanese American National Museum. All right, the light just turned green, so we're going to continue traveling forward. We're going to make this left-hand turn on Almeida Street. We got the Chatto Tea Room on my left-hand side. We're going to wait at this red light. We're at the intersection of 1st and Almeida Street. There's a sign on my left-hand side that reads, Lil Tokyo Arts District Station Closed. LA's transit heroes work here. Be a part of our team. I guess they're doing some road work, probably underground work. That has something to do with the entrance of the station at this location. On my right-hand side, that building, it appears to be like some sort of, I would say, luxury housing. Maybe like an apartment complex or something. It has a lot of bricks. It looks like ceramic tiles and stucco. All right, we're gonna make this left-hand turn. If the light turns green any second now. It turned green for them, but guess what? There's nobody coming towards us. So I'm going to go right here. We got the Japanese American National Museum on our left. Art is as heavy as sorrow, as light as a breeze, as bright as an idea, as pretty as a picture, as funny as money, and as fugitive as a fraud. Wow, I just read that. That was on the side of a building. We're passing Temple Street. I really wanted to go up Temple Street, but then I got sidetracked with that mural. Looks like we got a work site on our right-hand side. We got two pedestrians walking on my left-hand side. Both of them are walking, talking, wearing masks. We got this. What is this? A Mitsubishi Me EV? Me electric vehicle? I've never seen this vehicle in front of us before. It's my first time ever seeing it. It must be an electric vehicle. It's a Mitsubishi Me EV. EV usually stands for electric vehicle. Wow. First time ever seeing one. This building over here on my left-hand side is the Edward R. Roble Federal Building, the one we're passing. It's a lot of traffic, and to think that all I wanted to do was to turn left, huh? I should probably just bust a U-turn here. I do apologize for the delay. Let's make this right-hand turn on Temple Street. There's a lot of traffic. It's the middle of the day. Alright, we're now on Temple Street. We're making a right-hand turn. Public parking on my left was $9. We're passing Judge John, I believe, ISO. We had a huge people statue on our right. It looked like two people. Alright, we're on Los Angeles. We got the Los Angeles Mall on our right. Shops and restaurants. Fletcher Bowen Square. We're passing North Main. We're at the intersection of Main and Temple. The building on my right-hand side is the United States Courthouse, Spring Street Courthouse, Los Angeles. And then on the left-hand side, you got Los Angeles City Hall. This is City Hall on our left. We're next to the 92 Metro bus stop. We got a really nice color Toyota Hybrid on our right. We're at the intersection of Temple and Spring. On my right-hand side across the street, we have the Hall of Justice. You see that building with all the windows on my right? That's the Hall of Justice. The one on my left is the Clara Shortridge Foltz Criminal Justice Center. Here on my left, Los Angeles Superior Court. So these buildings are located in Lil Tokyo, because we're still in Lil Tokyo. You got the County of Los Angeles Hall of Records on my left-hand side, and the County of Los Angeles Central Heating and Refrigeration Plant on my right-hand side. We're passing North Broadway, the intersection of Temple and North Broadway. So this neighborhood spans probably another 3 or 4 blocks forward until you hit the highway, which would be Harbor Freeway, I believe 110. So we're probably going to turn off in about 2 or 3 blocks, go left and come back down. We're passing Hill. We got some rough roads. Cathedral of Our Lady of Angels. That's what we just passed on our right. We got some opera signs. We're approaching Grand Ave. Let's pass Grand Ave. We just passed Grand Ave. We got a bus stop on my right, the 10 bus, 60 bus, and the 92 bus. We're gonna make this left-hand turn right here. We're gonna make this left on the 100 block of North Hope Street. Check out this awesome view of downtown we have from right here in Lil Tokyo. It looks awesome. You can see the U.S. Bank building. Real large, real clear. It's one of their tallest buildings. Really nice. On our left-hand side, we have the Music Center. We're passing a pedestrian crossing. Green light. We're approaching 1st Street. Look at this building right here on my left-hand side. This looks like, I believe it's the Opera House. We're gonna make this right-hand turn. I don't believe we can go any further forward without going underground or through some sort of detour. Or yeah, I think Flower Street would have kept going straight. Flower Street would have took you to 3rd Street. I'm gonna make this left-hand turn. I'm gonna start merging. We got a jogger on my right-hand side, jogging, getting his fitness on, working on his cardio. We're passing DeWap. I can't make a left here either. We're going right to the freeway. That's where this is taking us. We're at Fremont Ave. We got a parking garage on my left. People coming out of the parking garage. We got the 53 bus right there in front of us on our left-hand side, across the street. Orange public transportation bus. It has a pink wrap on it too. All right, so right now we officially left the border of Lil Tokyo. Once you come this far to Budry Ave, you're out of the border. But we're just gonna make a left and then come right back in and come back into the perimeter. This also gives you other vantage points of the skyline, downtown Los Angeles. This is a really nice view. All right, we're gonna make this left at 2nd Street, you see, and then we're gonna come right back into downtown. I'm just gonna have to turn left. I think this shot us off about a block or so, but it's okay. I'm gonna turn left and then get back on 1st Street. So we're on 2nd. Oh, the kid just jumped and did a trick on his little razor scooter. It's like a BMX razor scooter. Look on my left, we got a cheese bus, a school bus, we got some tents on my right. Parking meters under here. I'm gonna make this left-hand turn. We're approaching Figueroa Street. We're gonna make this left right before this tunnel. Are lefts possible here? It looks like it, right? Yeah, it is. Boom. Los Angeles Fire Department right there in front of us. They just drove by. Look at that little Volkswagen van. That little Volkswagen van looks neat. You got the Dash, clean air vehicle, another public transportation bus that just drove by. We have a pretty neat tunnel in front of us. It has a low height clearance, 12 feet 9 inches. That's actually not that high at all. 12 feet 9 inches. We're at the intersection of 2nd and Figueroa Street, the 900 block of West 2nd Street. All right, we're gonna make this left-hand turn. We got a green light. We're gonna allow this yellow truck, this transformer vehicle, to drive by us. I'm gonna finesse this slot. Boom, we're in. Promenade West, private residencies on my right-hand side. We got the Los Angeles Fire Department on my left-hand side. You will see not one, but 2 fire department vehicles. Those are the fire engines. They're probably responding to a call. A lot of bumps and potholes, guys. Difficult. Figueroa Plaza on my left-hand side. Central Health Center of Figueroa Street on my left-hand side. Alright, we're gonna try to make the first right that's coming up. This is all in Lil Tokyo, guys. So as you can see, Lil Tokyo is pretty developed. It's near downtown, so it's a lot of highway entrances and exits. Let's make this right on Cesar E. Chavez Ave. There's a sign right in front of us that reads Chinatown. So right next to Lil Tokyo is Chinatown. So what we want to do is get to the corner and make a right. Because right now we're currently in Chinatown, off by a block. Let's make this right on Bunker Hill Ave. 7-Eleven on my left. Turning right, which is a dead end. Impossible right. That right's not going to take us anywhere. We're pulling up. There's a Burger King on my right-hand side. Subway on my left. Kapoor's, Akbar Indian restaurant on our left. Let's make this right here on Grand Ave. School of Visual Performing Arts. Ramon C. Cortins on our left-hand side, School of Visual Arts. Another fabulous view of downtown. Los Angeles, IMAX, Michael Bay film, Ambulance. We're at Temple Street, Grand and Temple. I think, based on where we're at, we should be making a left. I'm in the wrong lane. I'm going to try to span the length of the neighborhood rather than the width, because the neighborhood is actually longer than it is wide. It's a few blocks wide, but it's a dozen plus blocks in length. All right, let's make this left-hand turn on Temple. We got some porta potties on my left-hand side. A whole line of porta potties. We got the board of supervisors on the right. A lot of LA Opera banners on display. We're passing Hill, currently passing Temple and Hill. Really bumpy, really rough ride. County of Los Angeles Hall of Records on our right. I don't know if you guys recall, but we were on Broadway earlier. We have the Los Angeles County Sheriff on our left-hand side. That's the police, the white and black SUV. Notice how their vehicles are very plain. They don't have a lot of graphics, a lot of vinyl decals. A really simple star. It says Sheriff. It has a little motto on the bottom, and that's it. We're passing a 200 block of North Broadway. The Los Angeles Superior Court on my right-hand side. We already passed that. We're approaching Spring. This is the Los Angeles Superior Court at United States Courthouse on my left-hand side across the street. That building that we're about to approach at the intersection of Temple and Spring Street. Plenty of courthouses. So this appears to be more of the downtown area. I'm gonna continue heading further straight through East Temple Street and all of that. Banning Street, Center, Commercial Street, Gary, all of those streets are at the bottom of Lil Tokyo. I'm wondering if that's more residential or like more living spaces. This seems to be more downtown, commercial downtown, stuff like that. We're passing Main. We're passing a huge sculpture on our left, giant piece of artwork. Going under a bridge, walkway, overpass. Passing Los Angeles Street. We got the Federal Building on my left-hand side. A lot of federal buildings, a lot of court buildings. Police vehicles only on our right. Judge John Aso Street. Oh, this is the block where we saw those two statues over here on my left. We literally just passed the two statues again. Okay, that's actually beautiful. Because what I can do here is I can make a right here. Let me try to make a right here. We didn't go through this block right here. Judge John Aso. It almost looks like also, but I think it's A-I-S-O. ISO. We're going through a pedestrian crossing. Union Center for the Arts on my left-hand side. Police parked on my right-hand side. Pedestrians walking on the sidewalks. We have tents on my right-hand side on the sidewalks. Little encampments, little communities of tents made out of actual tents and or plastic tarps, signs, cardboard, and all that stuff. Mark Kawata Real Estate on our left-hand side. The Kojima building on my right-hand side is for lease. Wonder Nails on my right. It's a lottery business. Los Angeles Immigration and Photo Services. We got a gentleman who just rode by us on a bicycle. Looks like he's a delivery guy. He had one of them big insulated backpack boxes that keeps the food warm or cold. So we're not far from the Japanese American National Museum. It's all within the same area. We're passing First Street. We got, it looks like a highlighter yellow Tesla on my right. So bright. I think I'm gonna go here. Make a left. If we would have went forward another block on 3rd Street, we would have hit the border of the neighborhood. It looks like there's a lot of foot traffic over here. There's a lot of Asian-oriented businesses, such as the Anime Station, Japanese American Museum. Let's make this left-hand turn on 2nd and San Pedro. Give me a second. We got outdoor dining on my right. They got the Lil Tokyo Arts District. They got the James Irvin Japanese Garden at JACCC. On our right-hand side, you got SP Shoe Palace. On our left, you got Jason Mark with 2 Ks at the end. You got Sami Sami Soft Serve Taiyaki. It didn't even say teriyaki, it said taiyaki. Welcome to Lil Tokyo on our right, a pretty cool anime-oriented store. There's I would say a good amount of Asian young folks walking through here. Both men, women. I would say teens to 20s, 30s, and even the senior age bracket. Outdoor dining on my left, outdoor dining on my right. We got a FedEx office on my left. We're approaching Honda Plaza. Honda Plaza. I want to make a left here on Central Ave. We're at 2nd and Central Ave. We got a Subway on my right. We got a Starbucks coffee on the left-hand side, across the street. We're waiting for this traffic. Got a lot of pedestrians crossing the street. Turning left on Central Ave. We got several businesses on my right-hand side, several on my left. Prime Pizza on my left. Champions Curry on my right. Sun Right. Tea Studio on my right. Sign on my right that reads Lil Tokyo. There's a detour in front of us, so we can't go right. I originally wanted to go right, but there's a detour. Looks like they're doing some type of construction work on my right. We got the Japanese Village Plaza on my left. There's a mirror on my left-hand side, up on that side of that parking garage that says, "Home is Lil Tokyo." And let me rephrase myself. Little Tokyo. I know I say Lil. I say L-I-L sometimes, like the rappers. Like if there was a rapper, his name was Lil Tokyo. Nah, but I'm talking about the neighborhood. Little Tokyo. Wow, Little Tokyo is a complete living and thriving over 100-year-old community. That's the Japanese American Museum on my right. We're gonna make this left right here. We got some Japanese inspired architecture over here on my left hand side. We got a lot of pedestrians walking around. Wow, lines of people waiting for food. You got the Miyako Hotel on my left. Miyako Hotel of Los Angeles. My Ramen Bar, Monster Patrol, Little Tokyo Arts and Gifts, Craft Ramen, Mitsu Sushi and Grill. A lot of Asian restaurants. We got a lot of pedestrians crossing the street. Across the street on my right-hand side, you'll see a tent on the corner, right at the intersection of San Pedro and 1st Street. San Pedro runs to my left. Judge John Iso runs to my right. But you can see on my right on the corner, there's somebody laying down, I guess, under some sort of makeshift tent. All right, so we're traveling up 1st Street. Another Starbucks coffee. I swear I've seen a dozen or so Starbucks coffees since I've been here. Passing Los Angeles. This is Los Angeles, the name of the road that we just passed. We got the Los Angeles Police Department on my left-hand side. A very, very sharp-looking police department. Huge. It's probably one of the hugest police departments I've seen in a long time. On my right-hand side, you have City Hall South. Now, the funny part is that if you make a left and you go left just by this borderline, we're on the borderline of the neighborhood, 1st Street. Then it changes over to 3rd Street. It runs from Los Angeles to 3rd Street. But anyway, if we make a left right here and we go left, we'll be in actual downtown Los Angeles. The Toy District is behind us on our left. Skid Row is behind us on our left. Tokyo, Lil Tokyo. We're in Lil Tokyo, but we're on the border, and it's in front of us, behind us, and on our right, but not on our left. We're passing Main. So we want to go right. We want to merge right. Matter of fact, let's take this straight up. Because I don't think we took 1st straight up. Let's take this straight up. Then we'll make a right and we'll come back down. Look at more encampments on my right. Out in the open. They basically take the whole sidewalk. So let's say if it was someone handicap accessible, somebody who had a wheelchair or something, they might not be able to successfully travel through that sidewalk. We're passing Broadway. We got the library on my right-hand side. We're at 1st and Hill Street. Speaking of hill, this is absolutely a hill because we're going up a hill. Now we're passing Olive Street. We have the Abstract Opera Hall on my left-hand side. You can see it. The building looks incredible. It looks almost like a shipwreck, but that's how it's purposely supposed to look. This is the design of the building. LA Opera. I'm assuming Opera must be big here if they invested in a hall like that. And it's in the heart of downtown. Yeah, Opera's the thing here. Opera's the thing. They got electric vehicle charging stations on my right. Those stations are popping up everywhere because if you got an electric car, you need a place to charge it. Car doesn't charge itself. Okay, I'm gonna merge right. Merge right, go right. I'm gonna make this right-hand turn on Hope Street. We were about a block away from the freeway, and I didn't want to go through that freeway mess again where it took us outside of the neighborhood. We're passing a pedestrian crossing. On our right, we got Jerry Moss Plaza at the Music Center. A beautiful, beautiful display. On our left from afar, you can see hills and hills of houses. Department of Water and Power on our left-hand side. That's where we just passed. It's probably the water department, electric department. Now we're going to make this right-hand turn on Temple. We're back on Temple. Now remember I was telling you guys earlier that this neighborhood is longer than it is wide. If we go straight, it's going to take us right out of the neighborhood. So there's not many blocks wide up at the top end at least. It's about 2, maybe 3 blocks wide at the top end. On the bottom end, it's a little bit wider, but it's a pretty narrow neighborhood. And as you can see through exploration, it's not much of a neighborhood per se. It's more or less like an area of the city because it's still connected to downtown. I don't really see many residencies, like many houses. It all looks like, if there's any type of housing, it looks like apartments. We're passing Grand. Gentleman on our right had a longboard. All right, now we're traveling southbound. Cathedral of Lady of the Angels on our left. We're at Temple and Hill. We got the Star Line City Sightseeing Hop on, Hop off tour bus directly in front of us. It's a double-decker bus. Red and yellow. Reminds me of McDonald's. The red and yellow color. It's that specific yellow, like that taxi yellow. It's a combination. All right, we're passing Hill. We're going to continue traveling forward. We just passed the intersection of Temple and Hill. We just passed the 92 bus stop on my right-hand side. We're at North Broadway and Temple once again. We got the Los Angeles Fire Department ambulance on our left. Hall of Justice on our left. We're going to take this straight down and see if we can get to this, what looks like a little cluster. I don't know what is this cluster of what. They got Boomtown Brewery. Right before you hit the Los Angeles River. You got the LA Weekly news box on my right-hand side. Speak freely, that's what it says. And you got the Working World Jobs 25 years newspaper box. Passing Broadway. Los Angeles Superior Court at United States Courthouse on our left. We're not far from the cathedral, the County Hall of Administration, Hall of Records, the Federal Building, and City Hall. That's all within walking distance. Alright, we're going to continue traveling. We're going to pass Main Street. We're going to go right back under this underpass. This little awning. Nah, probably not like an awning. More or less like an overpass. A walkway. We're passing Los Angeles Street. On our right, police vehicles only. It looks like the police station rear entrance. Those 3 giant statues on my left. It looks like just 2, but it makes it look like more than just 2. 2 sheets of metal carved out to 2 people each. 2 pieces of metal with 2 people each. 2 times 2 is 4. Alright, we're at Judge John Aso. So we went from in front of us to behind us. We went from where we're at right now to right. Now we're going to go straight. And we're going to try to take it to the backside, which is supposedly a busy area. We're next to the Edward R. Robo Federal Building that's here on our left. We passed that already. Los Angeles Ambulatory Care Center. Alright, we're going to continue going straight past Almeida, by Temple and Almeida Street. We got the dash bus on our right hand side. We got a little teeny weeny fire hydrant on our right. A little yellow fire hydrant. Really awkwardly shaped looking fire hydrant compared to what I'm used to. The crosswalk has large, I would say, 6x6, maybe 7x7 inch tiles, brick tiles. We're going to continue traveling forward. We're at the intersection of Temple and Almeida, passing Almeida Street. Got a pedestrian on our right that was walking and texting. He has some spray paint on the side of the wall on my right hand side. Fire station number 4 on our right. Department of Water and Dow on our left. Did it say D-O-W-E? We're at Gary Street. Temple and Gary Street. So now we're like on the southern part of Lil Tokyo. This is the part closer to the water. The water being the Los Angeles River, which is directly in front of us by 2 blocks. We're next to the 437 and 48 bus stop on our left-hand side and the 30 and the 106 bus stop on our right-hand side. We got the City of Los Angeles Personnel Department on our right-hand side across the street. We're at the intersection of Vines and Temple Street. It's spelled V-I-G-N-E-S. I'm assuming the G is silent unless it's Vignes. Feel free to add your 2 cents. You got the Fuku or Fuquai mortuary on our left. We got some DoorDash bikes on my right. We got parking meters on our right, and we're coming to the end before we hit the Los Angeles River. Now, what I see from here appears to be the famous water canal that's in Grand Theft Auto. That's what I think I'm witnessing right here. Across this barrier, on my right-hand side, there's a bridge. You could cross to the other side. But if you've ever seen in movies in Los Angeles, that big water canal thing, I think they use it in Greece, and they use it in a bunch of other movies. I don't know. But all I know is it's in Grand Theft Auto. And I'll be using it to escape from the cops. Let me make this left right here. That sounded determined, right? I'll be using it to escape from the cops. Like I'm talking about real life. We got a bunch of meters on my right, parking meters. You can see the ground. There's a T. There's like a cross here. It separates the parking slots. You got a bunch of graffiti on this dumpster on my left. We got several e-scooters over here on my left-hand side. We got another fabulous view of the skyline of the downtown LA city line. We got Boomtown on our left. This looks like a brewery, I believe. We're at Jackson Street and Vignes. Vignes or Vines? I can go straight or I can make a right. I think I'm going to go straight and then make a right and make another right and come back around. On our right, this looks like some type of high security situation they got going on here. They got 2 sharp pointy gates with 2 sets of barbed wire. What is this? Beyond the Branch Los Angeles School District? What? I think maybe they cut their catalytic converters before. I think they probably cut the cats to all them trucks before and probably cost them thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. So then one day somebody came up with the suggestion to wrap the whole parking enforcement with all this barbed wire. Look on my right. It looks like a prison. If you would have told me that was a halfway house, I would have believed you. Because that's what it looked like. It looked like it could be like some sort of halfway house. Let's make this right on Ducommun Street. Ducommun. So as you can see back here, there's nothing really populated, nothing really. I mean, it looks like these buildings right here on my left could probably be like art studios. I don't know, maybe people living upstairs. Maybe people could be living in these warehouses, but look at that graffiti going up the staircase on my left. A lot of artwork over here in LA, I'll tell you that much. A lot of artwork. We just passed Vignes Street. Vignissimo. We're approaching Center Street. We came down this. Let's make this left-hand turn. Alright, so right now we're at the corner of the neighborhood. We're gonna make a left over here. We got some pedestrians crossing the street. We're at Commercial Street, Center and Commercial. We got an armed security guard on my left-hand side walking the streets. You got Union Station on my right-hand side. Pat Soros Bus Plaza. Cannabis for the Culture on our left. Wow, it's a gigantic building that says Cannabis for the Culture on my left. I wonder if they grow it there. You got the Gentlemen's Club right here, Show Girls. Wow, Platinum Gentlemen's Club on our left-hand side. It's amazing. Let's keep traveling forward. We haven't did this block. This is Commercial Street. It's not a long block. It looks like it's a commercial area. Industrial / commercial type of deal. It doesn't really look residential. We got a Metro Rapid bus on my left-hand side. One of those 2-car length buses. We're at the intersection of Commercial and Gary Street. We got what looks to be like an LA bus terminal on our left where they park the buses. We got some tents on our right behind the fence. Some patio furniture, some tents. I guess people set up shop there. Got some graffiti up top on the sign. People actually hang off of the highway signs and do like a little throw up or a little piece on it, a little tag up. Got a dude on my right on one of the e-bikes. He just pushing away. Alright, so we can't go straight. We gotta go left. So we're gonna go left. And then we're going to take this straight to the border. We're at the intersection of Commercial and Almeida. Right in front of us is a do not enter. They got plenty of signage to let you know, do not enter, wrong way. A lot of signs. See, that's a good amount of signage to let me know not to enter. Sometimes I'll be going to some of these cities and I can't tell what's a one-way, what's a two-way or whatever. So, sometimes I don't know, And when I go through the block, there's no signage and I find out last minute when the car's coming. I think that happened to me like once or twice. It doesn't happen to me often, but when it does happen, it's like there's not enough signs letting me know this was a one-way. Metropolitan Detention on our right. Wow, detention center. approaching Temple Street. Somebody pushing a stroller on my right, but the stroller didn't have a child in it. It had a bunch of belongings in it. We're at Temple Street, Almeida and Temple. We're going to continue traveling forward. We got several pedestrians walking on the sidewalk on my right. A few couples holding hands. It looks like 3 couples. 3 men, 3 women. All in pairs. Signs on my right read Lil Tokyo. Civic Center to my right. Lil Tokyo to my right. Warehouse District in front of us. So we're about 2 blocks or so away from the borderline of the neighborhood on the west corridor. The west corridor is bordered by 3rd Street. The eastern corridor appears to be bordered by the freeway. Santa Ana Freeway. We're passing 1st Street. We're approaching 2nd Street. And I think this would probably be bringing us straight to the border. After 2nd Street, you have what? 3rd Street. You got Angel City Brewery on our left. And Paste by Allegra on our right. It's a Paste. I think it was a pasta shop. You can't make a left. It's only right only. All right, so when we cross over 3rd Street right now, we're accidentally crossing over the border, not because we want to, but because we have to. Because I wasn't wise enough to switch lanes sooner. But right now, technically, we're approaching the Art District. We're in between the Art District and Skid Row. Skid Row will be on our right. The Art District will be on our left. But I'm going to merge right. I'm going to try to get back into Lil Tokyo. We're going to make a right on the next block. We got a huge mural on my left-hand side. It looks like a Kobe Bryant mural on my left-hand side. A giant mural on that wall. It's at the intersection of 4th and Almeida. It's on the side of some building that's available. The building's address is 400 South Almeida Street, Los Angeles, California. All right, we're going to continue traveling forward. We have a couple on my right-hand side smoking. We got some artwork on my left. Valero gas station on my left-hand side. Gas is $5.69 per gallon at Valero. That's premium. I mean, regular. It's not including premium. Premium is $6.60. So if you have like a BMW or Mercedes or something that requires premium only, $6 and above here only. All right, let's make this right. We're like 2 or 3 blocks away from Lil Tokyo, but we're gonna make a right again, and wrap right back into Lil Tokyo. I'll let you guys know when we're back at the border. We're at 6th Street, the 1000 block of East 6th Street, 6th and Almeida. I'm gonna make this right-hand turn. Oh wow, fabulous view of downtown. We keep on getting hit with these fabulous views. Now the thing about where we're at right here is this is gonna introduce us to Skid Row. We're gonna do a separate video on Skid Row. I've already did videos on Skid Row before, but we're gonna do another, obviously, tour through Skid Row in a modern current year. We're 2022. Last time I did Skid Row was in 2021. We got Lucky Corner on my left. It looks like a cool business. But right here is where all the tints start being introduced on our left. And if you keep going straight through Skid Row, you'll see tints throughout the blocks. But make sure you turn on that notification bell so you get notified when we do a Skid Row tour. However, we're gonna keep going straight, and we're gonna take the straight back to Lil Tokyo. Now on our left is Skid Row. All of those blocks down there are full of tents. Los Angeles Apparel. Yeah, Los Angeles Cold Storage on my right. Los Angeles Fist Company on my left. Open to the public. We're at 4th and Central Ave. We're about a block away from Lil Tokyo. On the next block, we'll hit the Lil Tokyo neighborhood officially and be within the outline. We have a female on my left that's taking a photo of a gentleman on my right. He has a white button-up shirt with some black pants. Looks like some white sneaks. His shirt has red. It looks from afar like polka dots. I don't know if it's strawberries, polka dots. I don't know what it is. And she's wearing some blue denim jeans, some white Nikes, black check, gray sweater, curly hair. He's checking a photo. I think she's shooting. Is it an actual? Is it a film camera or is it SD, digital? So he's posing. On my right, you'll see him posing. The shirt looks like tomatoes. I think he had a bunch of tomatoes on his shirt. I'm not sure. Flowers. It was flowers. It was red flowers. It looked like tomatoes. I'm about to say, my guy likes some tomatoes. So on our left, those blocks that start to head to Skid Row, all right, boom, right here, we're back in Lil Tokyo. You see how we got the 3rd Street? 3rd Street brings us right back in. Let's merge left. Tenno Sushi on our left. Let's stop right here. We was on that block right here on my left. We was on 2nd Street. See on my left where the facts and all that's at? We came out of that block and we went directly in front of us. Now we're just at a different block. We're at 2nd and Central Ave in Lil Tokyo. Now Lil Tokyo, also known as Lil Tokyo Historic District, is an ethnically Japanese American district in downtown Los Angeles and the heart of the largest Japanese American population in North America. So as you can see, there's a group of what could be possibly Japanese women with a one man walking by. They're walking to our left. Then we got just regular American people. We got a gentleman in front of us. They're lime green pants. His female in the pink pants, she's Asian. Now, I don't know what ethnicity is she in from that category. I don't know if she's Chinese, Japanese, Korean, Vietnamese, Philippine, whatever, but she definitely did look Asian. All right, we went left earlier, Japanese Village Plaza and all that. Let's go right. First American National Japanese Museum right here on my left. We're at First and Almeida. We went left earlier, now we're going straight. Resident parking on my right, yeah. That's an apartment building. We're at Rose Street. Let me make this right at Rose Street. See what's down here. Oh, Rose Street looks like it's closed off to the public. There's a lot of closed off streets to the public. We're approaching Hewitt Street. See if I can get into Hewitt Street. Yeah, Hewitt Street looks possible. So in 1905, the area of Lil Tokyo was described as bounded by San Pedro, 1st and Requena Streets, and Central Avenue. The Los Angeles Times added it has a population of about 3,500 Japanese, with quite a colony of Jews and Russians and a few Americans. There are 10,000 Japanese in the city who make this section their rendezvous. You have a female walking by with a beautiful dog. We're going to continue traveling forward. We're at 2nd and Hewitt. St. Francis Xavier Chapel on our left, Japanese Catholic Center. The area was a magnet for immigrating Japanese until the Exclusion Act of 1924 halted any further migration. All right, we're on the 200 block of Hewitt. It looks like you got the You Know Me in front of us. It's some sort of Asian, what is it? Like a hand roll restaurant on our left. It's called You Know Me. Y-U-N-O-M-I. Like Omi? You Know Me. Let's make this right hand turn. It looks like we got a bunch of restaurants out here. Traction Ave. I'm going to make another sharp left here so we can take a look at this little section they got going on down here. This is probably on the very outskirts of Lil Tokyo, but we're here, so might as well show you. We got a Mona Lisa artwork on our right. Outdoor tables on our left. Outdoor tables with planters on our right. Really posh environments. Hip. So we're in the Arts District. You can tell because there's the Arts District sign on my right. This gives you an idea of how close these districts were to each other. You get the Arts District next to the Fashion District, next to Lil Tokyo, next to Skid Row, and all of that. Then you got the Toy District nearby too. All right, let's make a right-hand turn and work our way right back to Lil Tokyo. Let's make this right on Merrick Street, 300 South Merrick, M-E-R-R-I-C-K, Merrick. We had a nice piece of artwork on my left. You see that giant structure? Then right in front of you have a beautiful mural of what looks to be like a liquid, bald woman. She looks like the woman from Terminator. You remember the officer when he turned all aluminum? And then one is a female version. So it looks like a pretty cool piece of artwork. And then again, this is the Arts District, so art is expected. So we're like a block away from Lil Tokyo. We're actually in the Arts District, as I said. But we're going to get right back to Lil Tokyo. We got art on my left-hand side, art in the garages. Art everywhere. Giant murals on my right. Art Share LA on my right. Murals on my left. Wow, really colorful. Colorful. Los Angeles County Department of Social Services on our right. De La Nonna on our left. Pizza. De La Nonna Pizza. That was the name of the place. Who comes up with the names of these businesses sometimes? It's like you got to actually say this to somebody. Do you want to go to De La Nonna restaurant? You know what I mean? When you come up with a business name, you got to try it in action. You got to try it in a sentence. Look at this spot on my left. It's called the Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf. Would you guys like to have lunch today at the Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf? Should have came out with a better name. The Noi Pits Bar and Grill. Would you like to go to the Noi Pits? Let's meet up at the Noi Pits. I'll meet you at the pits. That's a nice little road bike that he got going on there. Vintage road bike. You can see the downtown view right here in front of us. Looks neat. Looks neat. We're still waiting at the intersection of Almeida, 3rd and Almeida. Boom, we're back in, we're here. We're here like we never left. Beautiful downtown buildings right here in front of us. We're passing Central, 3rd and Central.